Almost everyone thinks Coca-Cola became one of the richest companies on earth by selling soda. But that's only part of the story. Behind every bottle is a business model that most people never notice. So how does Coca-Cola actually make billions of dollars every year? Because the truth is, Coca-Cola is not really a company that sells drinks. It is a company that built one of the most powerful brands in history. And the way it makes money is much smarter than most people realize. Because Coca-Cola doesn't make most of the bottles you buy. It doesn't own every factory. It doesn't personally deliver every can. So where does the money actually come from? The answer starts with one secret ingredient. Not sugar, not caffeine. Something much more valuable. Chapter 1. The world's most famous drink. In 1886, a pharmacist named John Pemberton created a strange new drink in Atlanta, Georgia. It was called Coca-Cola. At first, nobody knew it would become one of the biggest brands on earth. But over the next century, Coca-Cola did something almost no other company could do. It turned a simple drink into a global symbol. Today, Coca-Cola products are sold in more than 200 countries. The logo is recognized almost everywhere. Even if you travel to another country and don't speak the language, you can probably still recognize that red and white design. But here's the interesting part. Coca-Cola's success is not just because people love soda. There are thousands of soda companies. Many can create a sweet, fizzy drink. But very few can make billions of people choose the same brand again and again. And that is where Coca-Cola's real business begins. Because Coca-Cola discovered something important. The drink itself is not the most valuable thing. The brand is. But before we get there, we need to understand the hidden machine behind every Coca-Cola bottle. Chapter 2. The secret ingredient. The biggest misunderstanding about Coca-Cola is that people think it makes money by producing millions of bottles of soda. But Coca-Cola's main business is actually much different. The company creates something called concentrate. Think of concentrate as the secret recipe behind the drink. It contains the special formula, flavors, and ingredients that make Coca-Cola taste like Coca-Cola. This concentrate is incredibly valuable. Why? Because Coca-Cola can sell it to bottling companies around the world. Those companies then add water, sweeteners, carbonation, packaging, and distribute the final product. So instead of Coca-Cola building every single factory and delivering every single bottle, it creates the most important part of the product and lets other companies handle much of the expensive work. This creates a powerful business advantage. Coca-Cola can expand into new countries without needing to spend billions building factories everywhere. The company focuses on what it does best: the recipe, the brand, the marketing, and the global strategy. Meanwhile, local partners handle production and distribution. But who exactly are these partners? That's where the bottling machine comes in. Chapter 3. The bottling machine. Imagine Coca-Cola had to manufacture every can, every bottle, and every drink around the world by itself. It would be extremely expensive. It would need thousands of factories, millions of employees, and massive transportation networks. Instead, Coca-Cola uses a different strategy: bottling system. Coca-Cola works with independent bottling partners that produce, package, and deliver the drinks in their local markets. These companies buy Coca-Cola's concentrate. Then they turn it into the final product consumers see on store shelves. For example, a bottling partner might take Coca-Cola concentrate, mix it with water and sweeteners, put it into bottles or cans, and deliver it to supermarkets, restaurants, and vending machines. This system allows Coca-Cola to reach millions of locations without doing all the work itself. It's one of the reasons the company became global so quickly. Coca-Cola controls the most valuable parts of the business, while partners handle many of the expensive operations. It's similar to owning the blueprint instead of building every house yourself. But even with the perfect business model, a company still needs people to choose its product. And Coca-Cola mastered one thing better than almost anyone else: making people remember its name. Chapter 4. The brand that sells itself. Coca-Cola is not just selling a drink, it's selling a feeling. For decades, the company has connected its brand with happiness, celebrations, friendships, and special moments. Think about Christmas commercials, family gatherings, movie theaters, birthday parties. Coca-Cola made itself part of people's memories, and that is incredibly powerful. Because when someone walks into a store and sees dozens of drink options, they often don't think about the ingredients. They think about what they know, what they trust, what feels familiar. That is the power of branding. Coca-Cola spends billions of dollars every year on advertising and marketing because it knows something important. A strong brand creates customer loyalty. A person might try a different soda once, but getting millions of people to switch away from a brand they have loved for decades is much harder. And Coca-Cola doesn't only sell Coca-Cola. Over time, it built a massive portfolio of drinks, including water, sports drinks, juices, and other beverages. The goal is simple. No matter what type of drink someone wants, Coca-Cola wants to have a product ready. But all of this leads to the biggest question. How does this business model create billions of dollars? Chapter 5. The billion-dollar business model. The genius of Coca-Cola's business model is that it doesn't need to do everything. It focuses on the parts that create the most value. The concentrate, the brand, the marketing, the relationships with customers and partners. By avoiding the cost of producing every single drink itself, Coca-Cola can operate with a much more efficient system. It earns money from selling concentrate to bottlers. It earns money from its powerful collection of beverage brands. And it benefits from a worldwide network that has been built over more than 100 years. The company turned a simple recipe into a global business empire. A bottle of Coca-Cola might only cost a small amount at a store. But behind that bottle is a massive system involving factories, partnerships, advertising, logistics, and one of the strongest brands ever created. And that is the real secret. Coca-Cola isn't just selling soda. It's selling an idea that people recognize everywhere. Ending. The next time you see a Coca-Cola bottle, remember that you are not just looking at a drink. You are looking at a business strategy that took more than a century to build. A company that realized the most valuable thing wasn't the liquid inside the bottle. It was the name on the outside. Because Coca-Cola's biggest product has never been soda. It has always been the brand. And that is how Coca-Cola actually makes money.